Memories of a Lost Citadel. I was a young man in my 30s living in a citadel modernly called Göbekli Tepe. I lived in what I could describe as an adobe-type home, finished with a plaster that was painted white. Inside of my personal palace in the desert, no larger than a small hut, was a bed to the right of the door, a dresser to the left, and a door in the middle leading to a bathroom of types. There was no running water in the sense of a pipe system, but it delivered water via wells and aqueducts. The furniture looked similar in fashion to mission-style furniture of the Spanish settlers in the American Central South and Southwest. This style is an ancient style of furniture making with simple structures that were passed down since the dawn of time. On the dresser and the bed, as well as floor coverings, woven tapestries and bedding made of fine material. They made this material from sheep and a type of llama not seen in the modern world. The hairs were extra soft, grown and harvested naturally within the region. The monetary system was not of cash or money exchange. Rather, it was a barter system based on the longevity and quality perceived. Things such as jewelry, furniture, tools were more valuable than food and water, which was freely and easily obtained. Since there was no financial system, and since what you earned was in proportion to the long-term value you provided to others in society, there was no need to accumulate vast amounts of wealth. There was no celebrity status. Rather, the individuals who were of more specially noted classes were engineers, scientists, doulas, or midwives, and other people who could reveal hidden wisdom. We did not consider music for entertainment, but for ceremonial, sacrificial, and spiritual purposes. I was not among those individuals who inhabited the city. The city sat in a valley upon now dry aqueducts and aquifers. Approximately 58,000 people inhabited the city. They considered me more of the original inhabitants before the ones from what is now called Atlantis arrived. The Atlanteans brought with them agrarian culture, libraries, books, materials for observing the skies, astrolabes and telescopes, and other means of healing. Rudimentary surgery and medicines. They escaped the floods and through diplomacy found safe passage across the lands. My most important item was a flying machine. Modernly, it would be called a glider. It had the means of flying down into the valley and means of coming back up through propulsion, liquid in tanks that lifted the vessel just enough to reach the wind vapours that would pull me up. I could not use this flying machine long distances, but could go back and forth. The blueprint of this vehicle is like a modern electric vehicle. This symbolises the conscious movement of society and the direction of my life in that lifetime and today. The present archaeological site is but a fraction of what remains underneath the rubble that is known biblically as Sodom and Gomorrah. My home was located in Gomorrah. There was no marriage system in the sense of traditional marital roles. Rather, individuals procreated for spiritual purposes, aligned with readings and predictions based on their numerology, and partnered with those individuals around them who best aligned with their own life readings. This could be best described as similar to the ancient Chinese customs of arranged marriages based on the zodiac. If individuals felt compelled to share the rest of their lives together, they just did. There was no ceremony to mark that, as we did not consider it a rite of passage. Continuing on, there was no age-marking system. Individuals were distinguished by their maturity and spiritual development. You did things according to your age. A 40-year-old could have the same maturity as an 18-year-old. The family would measure all of this and their local wise man or woman. Since individuals were more pure channels, there was no error except for those circumstances the invaders cast in doubt and suspicion. The race of the individuals at Göbekli Tepe was fair-skinned Asians, skin lighter brown such as those from Pakistan. The site at which contains Göbekli Tepe also contained aquariums for raising and eating fish. These also provided fertilization for the crops in the area. The citizens did not eat cows and other meat. They were vegetarian and fish eaters. Their relationship with the cows was like those natives in India who honor cows. The reason for this was that we used them for cultivation, fertilization, and milk. The locals in the area ate meat, but only on rare occasions, primarily in the winter. The fall was created by invaders from the southlands of Africa. Their skin was dark, a true black, not brown black. These invaders were like Genghis Khan. They sought invasion not through war means, rather through cultural implantation. They brought about mental subjugation and the infiltration of evil through the justice systems, education systems, and religious systems throughout this citadel. These individuals brought with them pestilence that first manifested as invasion of the mental and emotional spheres which then infiltrated the physical spheres. Pestilence and famine were the effects of these causes. They manifested the famine because of an imbalance with nature, not honouring the cycles of the earth through food and animal production. This is also a warning for overplanting and animal production in today's present societies. That which you call global warming is due to overtaxing the earth's production capabilities. The city fell from the inside. Those who conducted these invasions are of a lower earthbound mind. They disguised their material greed as spiritual pursuits. It has founded false prophets and religions in this name. The spiritual tradition of Göbekli Tepe was closest to Zoroastrianism. They used a combination of astrology, astronomy, and numerology to conduct predictions, similar to scientists measuring natural cyclical patterns for which to best align the rhythm of their lives. Göbekli Tepe was short-lived as it contained within itself. It was an incubator for what is the fabric for modern global culture. The society lasted for less than 1,000 years, between 700–800 years. Should those individuals involved in the archaeological exploration continue to dig deeper and wider, they will find a vast city, some of which is still intact, and some of which has dissolved into the surrounding sand. Why was it buried? We did not bury it. We abandoned it over time, and with time, rain and erosion of the valley of sandstone, it collapsed into itself.